So if you are a public employee and you suffer an injury as a result of a workplace condition or circumstance, you are entitled to workers' compensation benefits. As a public employee, you should immediately notify your employer of the accident that resulted in your injury and fill out whatever forms are necessary to provide adequate notice of that injury to your employer. So the process for claiming compensation for a public employee might be different if you work for the federal government. If you work for the federal government, there are different requirements if you're injured at work. So you should immediately notify your employer of the accident and follow whatever guidelines they provide you. In New Jersey, those employees who are public employees, as opposed to those who work for the private sector, are covered by the same set of rules and laws. So if you work for the state of New Jersey or the county of whatever county in New Jersey you work for, or a municipality, you're covered and you're entitled to the same benefits that the person who works for the major corporation is entitled to. If you are a public employee and are asked to do something by your employer that is outside of your normal tasks, so long as you're performing those duties in the course of your employment, even if they are not what you normally do on a day-to-day basis, you should be entitled to compensation. The statute requires that an employee injured in the course of their employment is entitled to benefits. And sometimes in the course of employment might look differently depending on the circumstances. For instance, an employee who normally works from his or her desk is asked by their supervisor to go pick something up, whether that be a ream of paper or some other type of a supplies, and that person is injured while driving to pick up those supplies. That worker is entitled to compensation because they were injured in the course of their employment. They were following the directions of their employer and they were injured while doing it. They are entitled to compensation. If a public employee is injured as a result of a third party's actions or inactions, that public employee still maintains the right to seek compensation benefits from his or her employer, but he or she might also have an action against that third party. And there are certain benefits available to that injured worker through the Workers' Compensation Act, and then other benefits that might be available or other damages or losses that might be available from the third party case. Those are two distinct cases, and sometimes an injured employee who works for a public agency might not know that they have these two types of cases. So it would benefit you as an injured public employee to contact the Epstein law firm, and we will guide you through that process.